Hello everyone, welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chella Smith. This is your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays. I bring you the latest on reforms and economics of Iraq based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based off my interests. Thank you everyone for joining me. Last week we talked about Iraq's visit to their agreements, the GE or the general electricity sector, the Kurds' oil and gas laws, and airlines in Iraq only using dinar. Let's take a look at this week's headlines. A recap of the U.S. delegation's NRTV digital media reports the U.S. ambassador to Iraq, Elena Romanowski, met with some of Iraq's leading business people to talk about possible ways to help Iraq's economy grow and provide more opportunities for Iraqis. She says in a statement that private sector growth is essential to Iraq's economic future and the creation of good jobs for Iraqis. On Wednesday, Romanowski met with Iraqi's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Fahad Hassan, to discuss the next steps on climate change and private sector growth. Romanowski said in a statement on Thursday, the U.S. wants to maintain the momentum and keep expanding the Iraq-U.S. partnership to produce more results for Iraq. A statement from Iraqi Foreign Minister said that Hussein and the U.S. ambassador spoke on how to move forward after Iraqi delegation's recent visit to Washington. The ministry statement also noted that they spoke on U.S.-Iran relations, followed by Iran's foreign minister's recent visit to Baghdad. In Baghdad, Magazine News reports a member of the Algerian People's National Assembly confirms on Friday that the Executive Committee of the Arab Parliamentary Union will discuss ratification of the 2023 budget. Bakash told official agencies, followed by Magazine News, that the 34th Conference of Speakers of the Arab Council and Parliamentary falls within the framework of supporting Arab Council, noting that there are two committees, 30 exceptionals and 30 ordinary. He added that the Executive Committee of the Arab Parliamentary Union discussed many important points that fall within the framework of activating the consolidation of relationships between member states, noting that the fate of the headquarters of the Arab Inter-Parliamentary Union in Lebanon and the financial difficulties facing the union in financial operations and members of contributions were discussed. He added that the Executive Committee discussed many other strategic points that the Union will adopt from 2023 through 2026, and the committee will discuss the ratification of 2023's budget, stressing that the Executive Committee will submit its report to the head of the Arab Parliament and presentation tomorrow within the 34th conference for approval. The work of the 31st special session of the Executive Committee of the Arab Parliamentary Union opened on Friday in the capital, Baghdad. NRT Digital Media reports the Kyrgyzstan Regional Government KRG spokesman says that the KRG seeks a real partnership with Iraq and wants to come to an agreement on the issues of the budget, oil, and gas with Baghdad. Adil says in a press conference on Thursday, February 23rd, that the Constitution is the only way to resolve the issues between Baghdad and Erbil. He says that the KRG delegation has been sent to Baghdad and will meet with Iraq's oil ministry. Adil explained some points have been agreed on, but points of disagreement remain. He says that the KRG has always been ready to reach an agreement with the federal government. Meetings have been held between KRG delegations and the federal government in order to come to an agreement on the budget, oil, and gas ever since the formation of the new Iraqi government. Magazine News reports the U.S. Treasury Department announces Thursday that Iraq's possession of U.S. bonds rose to $40.8 billion. According to the largest schedule of the ministry, Iraq's possession of these bonds amounted to $40.8 billion for the month of December 2022, up 2.77% since November 2022, and up 7.37% since October 2022. She added that Iraq rose one rank to reach 31st among the largest countries holding U.S. treasuries, the 38th country included in the scheduled for countries with more than $32 billion, noting that Iraq came fourth largest Arab country after Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the UAE. Baghdad Magazine News reports the Arab and International Police Interpol reveals their intentions to issue a silver leaflet for the recovery of the Iraqi funds. Interpol will issue a silver leaflet for the money recovery, said the director of the Arab and International Police Interpol. General Al-Abadi noted that Interpol's silver bulletin will be binding on all countries. He explains that the silver bulletin on the recovery of the funds will be issued in the coming days, pointing out that Interpol has recovered 182 wanted by the Iraqi judiciary during the past years. We have handed over 62 detainees to Interpol in the past years. Economy News Baghdad reports the finance minister Taif Sami confirms on Wednesday that Iraq looks forward to more support from the World Bank Group to implement national strategic goals, in addition to structural reform programs adopted by the new Iraqi government. The Ministry of Finance said in a statement that the Ministers of Finance Taif Sami Mohammed receives on Wednesday the delegations of International Finance Corporation for the Middle East and Asia region of the World Bank Group, headed by investment officials Julie Kalos and the representative of the foundation in Iraq, Bilal Rabah, in the presence of the Director General of the Iraqi Fund. According to the statement, the importance of the role played by the International Finance Corporation, along with the Iraqi government in advancing sustainability development projects in Iraq, including supporting renewable energy projects and electricity connectivity with neighboring countries, and enhancing opportunities to involve the private sector alongside the public in the implementation of reforms national economy strategy was discussed. Sami stressed the importance of studies and the consultations provided by the International Finance Corporation in the fields of capacity building and technical cooperating to achieve the sustainable development goals, especially with regards to the environmental rehabilitation projects, reconstruction of liberated cities, and economic reforms, stressing the keenness of Ministry of Finance to enhance the process of work and coordinates with the International Finance Cooperation to stimulate the growth of the private sector. She added that Iraq looks forward to the World Bank Group's further support for implementation of national strategic objectives, in addition to structural reform programs adopted by the new Iraqi government, called for strengthening cooperations and coordinations between Iraq and the World Bank, and providing the necessary assistance to overcome obstacles facing the institution's work in Iraq. Baghdad Magazine News reports the Deputy Prime Minister of Foreign Affairs and Oil Minister Han Abdul Ghani revealed on Tuesday a plan for new licensing rounds aimed at maximizing national gas productions. The government was keen to sign the fifth licensing round, Abdul Ghani said during his signing ceremony of the fifth licensing round, stressing that the new licensing rounds would produce 250,000 barrels of crude oil per day. He also stressed that the government is keen to invest gas and refining industries, and we are planning a new licensing round aimed at maximizing national productions of free and associated gas. And you've been watching NewsRoom Weekly Review. I'm Chella Smith, your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on Reforms and Economics Iraq, bringing you the latest Dinar news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. I'm here on YouTube every Friday, so don't forget to subscribe and turn those notification bells on. If you like my content, you can give me a thumbs up. If you really like my content, you can always leave a super thanks. Again, thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for visiting NewsRoom Chella Smith for your trusted DinarNews. I'll see you guys next week. Have a fabulous weekend. Take care.